if you haven't seen the film, that's a big surprise, isn't it? Anyway, basically, like, I wondered if they have these they brought back like 140 moon rocks and they all seem to disappear. And basically they send like Apollo 18 without telling the astronauts why they have gone there. And the question is, why did they send them there if they already know? And I guess my answer is their supposed answer, because they're being tested for what these aliens can do. But basically, like, if there's another question I also have to ask. If the moon rocks have attacked this Apollo mission, why didn't they attack the other, like, 7 or something? Like, there was Apollo 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Why is it that? And they came back, and basically all the moon mission, and even the moon missions, they come back, and it's probably, and why is it that only this Apollo mission is attacked by these moon rocks? And it doesn't seem to add up. Another thing that really bugs me, I was like, one of them gets infected with like the moon rocks, and I guess they lay eggs in him, and the aliens are inside him and he can hear them. That raises another question. What do they mean by that? Like, is he telepathically linked with them? Is he just infected? Is he going mad? Is he paranoid? We don't know. And they don't follow up on it, and I guess their idea is like, less is more. But that can be true, but that can be true with some cases, but this is not one of those cases. This is a pretty cryptic one. Like, seriously, what the hell is going on with him? Like, there's absolutely no answers to it. It's a pretty big plot point, but it leads to a plot hole, and it's a pretty big one, and it makes no sense whatsoever, and it doesn't make any attempts to answer it. And then there's one last thing. This is my last point, because I think I might have rambled on for a bit. I don't know. I've lost track of time. But there's this part where like there's like a Soviet missile. Actually, there's a few more points I want to address. There's this like a Soviet missile. Well, there's like a Soviet like space pod in here, and apparently a few cosmonauts have been killed. And I also have to ask, how come the Americans had... why didn't they tell the astronauts about the whole mission? I mean, I get the fact that they would hesitate going there because it would risk their lives, but I think it'd be better if they told them. I think this is where most movies, this is a problem with most movies. The US government thinks like that they're being have to be top secret, and they're not telling the people who are on this. If that's the case, then that's only going to lead to problems. Your men will turn on you, and the US, and you're going to lose, and these people are going to lose trust in their own government. This pretty much proves that keeping secrets from your own people is a big mistake. You should inform them before they go and tell them the risks. And if there's any problems, then okay, I'm going to stop there, but basically what I'm going to say is the US government are complete idiots if they actually do this. Why would you ever do that? I mean, I know that some people think it's secrecy. Then tell them this is a secret project, tell them the details about it, and even though they're not informed about why they were sent there, and they were given a false story of why they should go there, and you could just tell them the reason why the actual reason why they're going there, and don't tell anyone, and keep it top secret. I mean, that's one of the. I mean, oh god, I mean, Transformers had done it better. They informed their astronauts of why they were going to the moon to find this Decepticon ship. This is Transformers I'm talking about. When Transformers is actually doing a bit better than your reason of government secrecy, that's pretty bad. I mean, the astronauts should know what they're doing, because they're gonna panic and they're gonna turn on you, and it's pretty bad. And this is one of the reasons why I have pretty bad. This is one of the reasons of why it's pretty stupid when the US government keeps secrets from their people. This is what, and if this is what the US government actually does, then this gives me more reason of why I don't like America. Yeah, I'm not being racist, but sometimes the Americans can be pretty big idiots when it comes to if that's what they do in their government. So yeah, and another thing is like, why didn't they just, and they say like, I don't think it should have been like they just go down, but then again, I think it would have been better if they didn't go down and just to look at the rocks and see what's going on. Maybe that could lead to a plot hole, but you could do a better plot. Why don't you just send these astronauts? Because apparently the Soviet Union has contacted them that one of the cosmonauts has gone. Well, a few of the cosmonauts have just gone missing. Why don't you just say like, oh wait, no, that makes no sense. It's the 70s. Russians have little trust in the Americans, which brings me. So I'll forget that part. But it brings me to another point. I might be an idiot for this, but that's because I'm a bit naive and I don't know about this part. But I just have to ask, if they, there's a part where like in the final scenes he goes into like the Soviet space pod or something, and he contacts the Soviets and they literally patch him through to the DoD. You do know this is communist Russia we're talking about, and this was when they were possibly the worst enemies in the world, and they hated everything about the Americans. So I might be wrong, but if they're communists, then why did they patch an American astronaut into their into the American consulate? I don't understand that, but you can answer. But please answer that if you don't know why. If you actually know why, because I'm a bit confused. If they're Russians, this is the 1970s during like the Cold War. Why would they why would they actually bother patching through an American astronaut to speak with the US government? I thought the Russians would actually be. Sorry about that cut there, but I think the Russians would take every reason to not do that. Okay, I might have, I don't know how to pronounce it, but thing is, I don't understand why the Russians would actually bother patching an American astronaut to the DoD. I don't understand that. But feel free to answer that, because honestly, it's something that kind of bugs me. Well, this is where I'm going to end the review, because basically this was a bit of a harder one, because I honestly was not scripted. I just got back. It was a terrifying film for me, because I hate jump scares, because they actually do scare me. I may be a bit of a pussy, but hey, I bet some of you are scared of it. I don't care what you people say. I do know that people are like saying jump scares are lame. Yeah, they may be, but are you sure you're not scared of them? I'm freely admitting that I'm afraid of jump scares, and I'm not afraid to admit it, but are you? Okay, so this is the end of the review, and I'm just going to say, I liked Apollo 18. It was a very terrifying, very atmospheric film, and it had some aspects that it was filled with the first half was pretty well made, but the last half, there was a ton of plot holes. But it didn't weaken the film for me, and I thought, I think it was an okay film. I don't think it was a great film, but I don't think it was a bad film. So I'm gonna